Well, hi there. Me and Pippi are back. Say hello, Pippi. Pippi. Um, to talk about The Long Goodbye, which came out late last year on Arrow Academy. It's a great film. I actually only just saw it recently. I had read about this release of the film. I had never seen it before, so I rented the DVD, and I really, really liked it, which is interesting because I'm not a huge fan of Robert Altman in general. Not that I've seen all of his so-called classics, um, but I don't know, I just liked the sound of this one when I read about it. I watched the DVD, I really enjoyed it. And then that night I ordered the Blu-ray. The film itself is Robert Altman's adaptation of of a famous Raymond Chandler novel about Private Eye Philip Marlowe, played by Elliot Gould. And the film did get some criticism from fans of the Robert Chandler novels for being very different and not very faithful to the book in many ways. I've never read the book, so it didn't make any difference to me. But all I can say is that it's adapted to a different medium, and Altman has a very particular way of doing things, so I'm not really surprised. And even a lot of fans of the book do like the film on its own merits, just don't think it's a very good or faithful adaptation. The movie itself is about Detective Philip Marlowe, who's visited by an old friend, and this sets in a series of events where he's hired to search for a missing novelist and finds himself on the wrong side of vicious gangsters. But where Altman changes the setting in particular is that he's sort of set in the very hedonistic Hollywood days of the 1970s. Apparently the film was widely misunderstood at the time when it came out in 1973, but it's now very highly regarded and is getting a nice release because of it. So let's have a little look at the packaging. We've got this, I guess it's a custom artwork. I don't think this is an original artwork here. It's pretty cool. All the information on the back. And then on the inside, we have a reversible cover with some original artwork, which I'm not sure which one I like better. I actually like them both quite a lot, so I can see myself switching to this though. We have the disc, and it comes with a nice booklet, etc. So that's pretty cool. Now the picture quality itself, it's not going to please everyone, I don't think, depending on your familiarity with older films that are quite dark that transferred to in high def digital. This one starts off looking pretty soft, and there is a little bit of print damage. The nighttime scenes are very noisy. It does get better shortly after the opening sequences. The daytime sequences look fabulous with a lot of depth. Good, much better replication of the accurate facial colors. I'd just seen the DVD, so I could spot the differences pretty readily. I don't really think it's much of an upgrade in the night scenes. There seems to be more noticeable noise, even though there is a little bit better detail. In general, the grain is pretty rampant in the night scenes, and there is noise in the grain. And I don't mind grain at all. Grain is what film is, but the daytime scenes are a hell of a lot better. The sound is a straightforward 1.0 PCM audio, the original uncompressed mono. It sounds fine. They've also supplied an isolated music and effects soundtrack. It's quite nice if people are into that sort of thing. It's something that the brand Twilight Time do for all their releases, and not many other people do it, but they've done it here. It also has optional English subtitles for the deaf and hearing impaired, and it has a pretty good selection of special features. Has a documentary that was actually made for the DVD called R.I.P. Van Marlowe. It's basically an interview with Robert Altman and star Elliot Gould. And then we have a series of interviews with different people involved in the making of the film and in front of the camera, including a Q&A with Elliot Gould and crime novelist Michael Connolly about The Long Goodbye. Also a a little piece by the BBC on Robert Altman, and we have a piece on Raymond Chandler, the author of the original book, and just where Tony Williams discusses Altman's adaptation of Long Goodbye. They top it off with original theatrical trailer and some radio spots. Yeah, it's a pretty good little. I just had a quick flick through them, so I just know that it's a good amount of stuff to go through. I can't vouch for the quality of all of the interviews yet. So I recommend picking this up. Elliot Gould plays the coolest of the cool detectives, muttering away to himself, making quips like it was, instead of the film noir narration going on, it's almost like he narrates it as he's walking around by talking to himself, and little quips as things are going on. It's quite amusing. It has an interesting sort of modern take on noir, where they play with the ideas of noir, and it's definitely one worth checking out. So go get it. Oh, and it's Region B locked.